Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. Today I am going to try something that I saw on a YouTube video by Acrylic Pouring Sticker. So check them out, Acrylic Pouring Sticker. Acrylic Skin Sticker. Sorry, let me get that correct. I'll put a link in the description below, and if I haven't, remind me in the comments. Basically what this process is painting on contact paper. So you've got old book cover stuff. In New Zealand we call it Duracell. It's it's contact paper. It's sticky on one side and shiny on the other. Now I've got this old roll that I thought I would give it a go on and see if it works for me. If it does, cool. I'm going to make myself a back sticker for my computer. But what I'm going to do first of all is just cut a piece of this out. As you can see, this is an old roll, old. And it has sat in cupboards for years and years and years, and you've got these weird crinkles on it where the contact paper has come unstuck. So the easiest way to deal with that before we even get started on how to do an acrylic skin sticker is, if I can even get it to break apart, and you need to deal with this before you start so that you've got a flat surface. So peel it off back to where that is, and then flatten it back down. Just re-stick it down again. And so I'm going to do the same on this other side. Peel it right back to where those two lines were. And attempt to get it to lay flat. Oops, I've got paint on my hand. That's silly. Alright, so there we have a flatter starting point. Let's get rid of the rest of this. And according to acrylic skin stickers, first thing we do is we tape this down onto our surface. For that you need some tape. Rip. And of course you're not going to get it perfect. Well, you might, if you're a bit more perfectionist than me. And if you're sticking it down to something that was flat, you might get a better result too. I'm just using this bit of card because you know what? I have run out of all my sheets that I normally use as my background sheets. So this is actually canvas pad front cover. How's it get any better than that? Now the next thing that she recommends to do is to grab some light sandpaper. This is 600 grit, and just give it a buff up. just roughen that plastic, because these cover plastic contact stuff is really shiny. So we're just giving it a buff up just to get a bit of an edge for that to bind to. And then the next step, she said, was to pour a backing thing and let it dry. I'm not going to do that. I don't, from what she was doing was she was creating some skins that were very see-through to put onto a light bulb, a Christmas bauble that had a light in it. And so she had thinned down some paint with her pouring medium really thin so that it created a see-through, and then put swirls over top of that. I'm just going to do a normal pour. How's it get any better than that? What colours should we use? Let's find out. So the first colour I picked up when I was thinking about this, and I have no idea why, is burnt sienna. And I was thinking burnt sienna and white, just a 2-colour pour. I don't think I've ever done a 2-colour pour, and that would really fit in with our challenge on the Acrylic Pouring for Fun Facebook group this month, which is to do something you've never done before. No limitations. But as I was looking at that and looking at what I was creating here and choosing, there was another colour that went, and me! And that is the deep turquoise. So I am going to do a pour with just these 3 colours and see what gets created with those. So let's get this started. And I actually feel like doing, I don't know, this is really odd for me, not, but I feel like doing a sandwich pour. And normally when I do a sandwich pour, I do it with my household paint. And so should I do it with household paint, or should I do it with, no, it's, okay, cool. It's lighter to do it with the household paint rather than the Reeves Fine Artist Acrylic White. So let's do that. Now, this household paint is from Bunnings. It is called Spring, and it's an indoor-outdoor acrylic semi-gloss. So all my paints are mixed with Floetrol and water, except this one, which has a bit of PVA added to it. I find that it lessens the, what's that word? It lessens the powderiness of the white. I want a little bit more brown in there, so drop it from up high. Feels like there's some brown lumps actually, hope not. So what's a sandwich pour? Some of you are asking. I've never done one of those. So what you will have noticed is I added a big thick layer of white. Think of that as some bread. Then I added a small amount of filling, the blue and the turquoise and the brown, and then a big thick layer of bread on top. I added a bit more brown inside, so it's not officially officially a sandwich pour, but hey. So the majority of the paint in here, and I've got about 115 ml in there, so that's getting close to 3 ounces. And this is not a very big piece of stuff. It's probably maybe 14 or 15 by 10 or 11 inches. So let's see what we can create. I'm just going to pour a travelling ring pour. And just let that colour seep out. I think there is definitely, from looking at what we're getting so far, a little bit of silicone in the turquoise. But I don't think there is any in the burnt sienna, and definitely none in the white. And I think we've got enough there. Still got paint in the cup, but I'm going to leave it. So let's zoom you in and give you a little bit more brightness. So that's what we've got so far. And I think I dipped the edge of my thing in, and that's why we got that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to torch it. Now I have to be really, really careful because we're working on plastic. So I'm going to be really, really careful with this, and just a very light flame from a distance. The flame will do its job, and you won't have to worry. Alright, so we've got some cool cells happening over here where we had a lot of colour, but they decrease in intensity as we go through. So the one thing, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to just fill this bit here up, and then just pour a ring across this part here, because I really like that top part and I don't want it to disappear as I roll it out. And often when you've got paint on the edge, it rolls under to allow the other paint to roll over it, and that would then lose all those beautiful cells. So just, and then I'm going to just tilt See what I mean by losing those beautiful cells? Let's move my weights away. And we're going to tilt back again. Stretch all that back out again. Now, because the substrate that I'm using is not solid, like I probably could tape it to a piece of MDF or something to have that real solid backing, but this is not. This is just on cardboardy paper. We've got an interesting flow happening. A very interesting flow. Now, my only concern with this, because it's not on a hard surface, is that we're going to end up with I'm just putting it onto a hard surface. We're going to end up with really thick puddles. So I've got some really nice patches that I really like. I've just had an idea of what I can be doing with this once it's dry. So that's quite cool. So I'm just going to go back over it with the torch again, and any silicone that's now available to come back up to the top can come back up. Sometimes it gets rolled underneath or moved and shifted as the moving process happens, and we start to be able to get more funkiness. I also think it's partly to do with how thick your paint is, like how deep it is, as to whether the paint that's on the bottom can actually come up to the top. So we're getting a lot more cells coming up this time. Oh, that is funky. Nice. I'm gonna, no, maybe not. Just wondering how I can hold that down without causing it to bend. I've put a big thick piece of wood underneath, so I'm now just going around putting push pins in the corners. And just giving it a bit of a tug in all directions to try and create that slightly flatter. Alright, so let me get you down and show you this, because this is a really pretty pour. And the cool thing about these stickers is that once they're dry, you can chop them up into any shape. You could make a phone case cover or all sorts of things out of them. So let's get you down and have a look. Okay, Going to start at the bottom. There are some awesome, awesome, awesome cells in here. I'm loving it. Maybe I'll do some more of these sandwich paws. Oh, look at those. They're so cute. Trying to get them to focus. These are so cute. Oh, look. That would make a cool something. Yummy. Tell you what, this would make cool material. I think I'll be taking some funky photos of this to make material out of, guys. Look at this. And there's such a range as well. You can make a couple of different patterns. I mean, that piece there. Wow, I got the shakes. I like this cell here. That's funky. Sorry about my shakes. It's interesting. Oh, look at all those layers. That looks like a hole in the ground. Have you ever seen a open cast mine from above? That's what that looked like to me. Wow, this is beautiful. I love it. Yes, I'm going to be doing some very funky stuff with this, as well as even not as a sticker, but I'm also going to be doing some funky stuff with the stickers. This is going to be fun. What am I going to stick this on? What would it take for it to turn out as good as acrylic skin sticker? YouTube channel says. Oh, I just love that. That's so cool. Yum, 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 yum. All right, let's give it a chance to dry. And I will be back to show you the dry sticker once I have finished here. In 3, 2, 1. All right, so it's pretty much dry. It's touchable in the thick spots, but I'm not going to touch the thick spots, although I just did. So basically what the lady on acrylic skin sticker then says to do is to take your tape off, and then you can just basically use it as any other Duracell. I keep calling it Duracell, sorry, brand name. Contact paper would be used. So what I thought, as soon as this is still a little bit, I can't get the tape off, I'm going to use my knife. As this is still a little bit tacky, and I'm only playing with it now because it has been, oh, when did I pour this? Saturday, and it's now, no, it can't have been Saturday, I don't know, it's about 4 or 5 days now, and it's so muggy here, it's just not drying. And that's one of the bonuses of using canvas. They dry from the underside up as well as the bottom side, which records and plastic like this don't have that luxury. They can only breathe out there nostrils, not the other end. Don't go visual on that. Anyway, what did I think I would do with this? Just so that I can show you how to use it, I thought I grabbed one of these little fashion phone accessories. It's called a pop clip. And you stick it on the back of your phone and it collapses down like this. And then you pop it and it pops back out again, and you can use it to hold your phone. I've already had it out to play with. See, it's got a double-sided sticky on that side. And how do you do it? You just pull it and you get this. So imagine that on the back of your phone, and you can hold your phone or use it to lean it up to watch videos and stuff like that. This is just from the Coin Save, dollar store, $2 shop, whatever you want to call them here, wherever you are. So have a hunt around. And this one has a pre-printed bit. And it's okay, but it's not me. So I'm going to stick a piece of this on there. Wherever you go, be an advertisement for your art. So I'm just going to cut a piece that's bigger than what I want. Now remember, I've never done this before. I don't know what to expect other than what I've seen on acrylic skin sticker videos. So technically what we should be able to do is just peel this off and stick it on. Now she's, ooh, that's funky underneath too. That's cool. So if you've got one that's funky underneath, you could stick it to the inside of a, this isn't very clear, but to the inside of a phone case and do that. But just going to stick that onto there. Make sure it's nice and firm, no air bubbles, etc. And then just run around with the knife. So are you starting to get some ideas about what you could do with this? As I said, if this works, if it pulls off alright, if it doesn't, well, if it doesn't pull off, ah no, I may have done a boo-boo by putting that face down. Oh no, we're good, we're good. The world is not ended, it's okay. So there you go, I have a popper that has my art on it, and so I can stick that on the back of my phone, and as it's, this is not my phone, it's not even my phone case, my old phone case, but you can just, it just helps you to hold on to it. If you know your fingers slip on a wet hot day, you've still got it tucked around your fingers. And you're good to go. You can lean it up against stuff, and obviously if it was actually stuck, and watch your videos or whatever. But this is an advert for my stuff. But what else could you stick that on? And I think it doesn't go into sealing it, but I think you would probably be best to spray seal. You could even, if you're so inclined, I'm not particularly good with resin, but dip that into resin and just make sure the resin doesn't gum up your popper. But however you want to do it, you've got it stuck down, and then you can seal it on there however works for you. So there we go. I have a big sheet of sticker. What could I stick it on? If you want some ideas, I suggest popping over to acrylic skin sticker channel and check out all the ideas she's got. And just jumping back in, this is spliced in. I just had a thought after I walked away that what we could also do with these is what you do with a normal skin, what you can do with a normal skin, and just come in with your cutter, as long as your cutter's nice and sharp and is willing to cut. And then you've got pretty little stickers that you could not drop in the damp paint, but you could use in your card making or anything that you would normally cut out and glue and fiddle around with. These could be used for that. You might want to put some foil through some aluminium foil, just to sharpen that up. Mine's a bit not quite sharp enough, but there you go. Another idea. What could you stick those on? New moon. Isn't it pretty? Alright, back to the show. And if you are having fun with acrylic pouring or desire to have fun with acrylic pouring, come join us on the acrylic pouring Facebook group. As I said, I think at the beginning of the video, this month's challenge is doing something you've never done. Whether that is, I've definitely done videos with my noisy staff coming home in trucks before. So whether it is painting on something, whether it is color combinations, whether it is mixing it different, whatever it is, go to the event and actually post it into the event, not in the post about the event, but in the actual event, and share your videos, photos. Let us know what you did different with that pour. It may look normal to everybody else, but you did something different. Let us know what you've done different in 2019. So I adore you all. Thank you for coming to play. This one will not be for sale. But any of my other videos that don't have sold written on them, if they tickle your fancy, let me know. Let's do a deal. Let's have some Mickey art flying around the world. I'm going to go before these guys make any more noise, and I will talk to you in another video. I have got some real doozies lined up for you. They are laying there drying. So how does it get any better than this? I adore you. Have fun, and bye bye.